the first statement that comes under this decision making control structure is if statement. This if is a keyword, okay, and this if statement can be used to suppose you want to decide something in your program, means on the basis of certain condition whether it is true or false. On the basis of that, suppose you want to execute certain instructions inside your program, then we can use this if statement. The general syntax of using this if statement is like this. Just first write if keyword, then write this opening round bracket, means parenthesis. Then here we have to place that condition, or you can write here test expression, means whatever you want to check. Then close this parenthesis, then opening brace and closing brace. Here we can write one statement, two statements, or any number of statements, okay. That is, see, this is the general syntax of using if statement. Here we have written if keyword. After that, just place parenthesis. Inside that we have to place condition, okay. That is normally it is a logical condition, or any expression also you can put. If it's, and after that opening brace and closing brace, inside that we can write any number of statements that we want to execute if that condition is true. Now see first how this statement will get executed. First, whenever control comes here, means we can put this structure inside our program at any place, okay. Before this there may be any normal instructions, after this there may be any instructions, okay, any number of statements. Means this is a part of your program, this can be a part of your program. Means whenever control comes here, execution control comes here, then it will get if what. Then what is the meaning of this if? Means the compiler or the processor has to check here one condition, whatever mentioned here. Now it will check for the condition, and if the condition is true, then only the control will come inside this block. If condition is initially false, it will check for the condition, and if it is false, okay, then control will directly come here at this place. Getting? Means if the condition is false, then control will directly come at this place, means whatever the statement after this if block, okay. And if condition is true, then it will execute all these statements and then control will come here. Getting? And if condition is false initially, then it will directly come here, will not execute this block. This is nothing but we are skipping this block depending on this condition. Means if this condition is true, then only this block will get executed. If this condition is false, then this block will not get executed. It will directly, the control will shift it to here. Control means whatever execution control, means execution will start here automatically. After this point, here condition will be checked. If it is false, directly this statement will get executed, whatever statement written here. Getting? This is nothing but if statement. Now I am going to explain this with the help of flowchart again. See, this is the flowchart for this if statement, how this if statement works. See, if condition, here we can place any condition that results to true or false, okay. If this condition is true, then whatever statements written here inside this if block will get executed, and after that, after if statements, means whatever statements written after that if block will get executed. If this condition is false initially, then these statements will not get executed, directly control will get shifted here and it will execute after if statements. This is just a flowchart for if statement, execution of if. Now suppose I want to write a program for dividing two numbers, means I will accept here two numbers from user first, and then I want to calculate division of those two numbers, and then I will display the result, whatever division. Then how we can write that program? See, simple, we will declare three variables of type float, okay. Now A, B and C, we will accept two numbers from user. Here we will give message to user like enter two numbers. After that, user will enter two numbers. Those two numbers will get stored inside A and B. And now we will do the division like A divided by B, and we will display the division in this way. This is the normal, and after that, after displaying division, it will display by. This is the normal execution of this program. Here first number is 4, second number is 2. Here the division will be like 2.0 will get stored inside C, and here division will get displayed like division is equals to 2.0. In that way, suppose first number is 5, second number is 2, again it will calculate division 2.5 and will get stored inside C. No problem, the program will run normally, no problem will be there. And this is just a sequential execution, first statement, next, and so on up to the end. Now suppose user has entered the second number as 0. Now consider whether this program will work properly. No. Why? Because division of any number by 0 is not possible. We cannot divide any number by 0. Means suppose user has entered first number as a 5 and second number as a 0 suppose. Then what will happen? At this place, processor will stop execution, will raise runtime error like division by 0 is not possible in that way. And here we have to think about that, and we have to control this. Means if b is not equals to 0, then only execute these two statements, otherwise don't execute. In this way, suppose I want to do inside our program, then it is possible with the help of this if statement. How? See, I will write one statement here in this way. If b is not equal to 0, then only execute this part, otherwise don't do anything, just display by. In this way, suppose I want to do, then it is possible here in this way using if. How? See, after placing this condition, how it will work. See, first user will enter value of a as a 5 suppose and b as a 2 suppose. Now how it will work? See, b is not equal to 0. Is b not equal to 0? Yes, it is true. b is not equal to 0. b is 2. b is not equal to 0. It is true now. That's why the processor will come here and we will execute this part, because condition is true. It is true now. That's why in C, what value we will get? We will get 2.5 a divided by b, and we will get this like division is equal to 2.5. This will be the output. This will be the output, and after that control will come here and will display by. This is the output. Suppose user has entered first number as 5 and second number as 2. Suppose I am again executing this program, and suppose user has given second number as a 0 suppose. Now what will happen here? Control will come here after accepting two numbers from user. Control will come here and will check b is not equal to 0. It is false because b is equal to 0. b is not equal to 0 is false because b is equal to 0 here. That's why this condition will become false. If the condition inside this if is false, then automatically control will shift it to the after if statement. Okay, this one is after if statement, means whatever instruction come after completion of this if block. Okay, control will directly shifted here and will directly display by. It will not go to calculate division and display the division. In this way we can use if statement in our program. Getting? One more point I am going to explain here. See, suppose we have written here if b in this way. What is this? If b means what? If b is having any non-zero value, then do this. This is the meaning of this statement. This is not error. Okay, always remember, this is always we can have any, suppose any competitive exam is there, in such a type of questions will be always there. If b, we can think like this is not the proper way. This condition is wrong here. Compiler will generate error here. No, This is the correct one. Okay, if B means what? If B is not equal to 0, means B is having any non-zero value. This is the meaning of if B. We can place condition in this way also. Okay, no problem. And if B is having any non-zero value, no problem, it will execute this part. If B is having 0 value, means this condition will become false and will come directly here and will execute this part. This is the use of if statement. Okay, we can also put multiple if statements inside our program. Means we can put any number of if statements inside our program. How? That we have to see. Suppose our requirement is like this. We want to accept two numbers from user and display whether first one is greater than next one, or the second one is greater than first one, or both are equal. In that way the program is. Then we can use this if statement in our program in this way. Just I am explaining the program for that. Now see, we can use that if statement to do our task. How? I will write like this. If A is less than B. See, A means what? It is having first number and B is having second number. Then what should be displayed? A is less than B, whatever. Means here we can write like this. Printf %D is less than %D. Here first argument should be A and second argument should be B. In this way we can write statement. Means whatever value of A will gets replaced here, whatever value of B will gets replaced here. In this way we will get the message. Like suppose first number is 2 and second is 5. Then this condition will become true and it will display 2 is less than 5. In that way. Now second if. Suppose second if I am placing here. Like A is greater than B, or we can write B is less than A. %D is greater than %D, comma A, comma B. Because A is greater than B is true, then it should display here value of A is greater than value of B. Again one more if I am going to write here. This first if is like this here. This one is the first if, then second if. I can place one more if, no problem. I will check whether both are equal here. A is equal to B. Always remember, always keep in mind, whenever we want to compare two values for equality, then don't write here equal to. Always write double equal to, because this equal to is what? It is assignment operator. It will assign value of right hand side variable or any right hand side value to left hand side variable. This is the use of assignment operator. Always remember here in case of if, inside if, don't use that. For comparison, whether A is equal to B, we have to always compulsory write here double equal to. This is the operator provided, that is, this is the logical operator. I have already explained in that session. Okay, whatever operators. Okay, now see, if A is equal to B, then what should be printed? A is equal to B, both are same. We can write like this, printf both are equal, in this way. These three ifs I have written here, first if, second if, third if. Then I can write anything like printf part. Means we can place multiple ifs inside a program, no problem. In this way, how it will work? See, suppose here printf enter two numbers. Okay, in this case, here suppose user has entered first number, the message will get displayed onto the output screen here in this way, enter two numbers. Then user has entered suppose first number as 5, second number as 2. Then how it will work? It will come here, the control will come here, will check A is less than B. See here inside A 5 has stored, inside B 2 has stored. It will check whether A is less than B. A is 5, B is 2. Is A less than B? Is it true? No, it is false. That's why this condition will become false. Whenever condition inside if is false, then it will not execute the statements inside that if block. It will directly come to the statement after if. whatever statement, whatever instructions we have written after that if, it will come here. Again there is one more condition, again it will check the next condition. It will check like A is greater than B. Now it is true. Okay, it is true now, that's why it will execute this statement. If condition is true, then control will come inside that if block, and whatever number of statements it will execute. Here there is only one statement. You can place 1, 2 or any number of statements inside if block, no problem. Now here what will happen? Here it will display printf %d is greater than %d a comma b. Here first a will gets replaced, here b will gets replaced. Means what? 5 is greater than b means 2. This message will get displayed onto the output screen after execution of this if block, because this condition inside this if is true. Now it will come here again and will check for this condition whether a is equal to b. Getting a is equal to b. See, what is the value of a? 5. B 2, this condition will become false. It will not execute this part, will directly come here and will display this by. Getting? This is the output of this program if input is like this 5 and 2. Suppose user has given 2 2, then this condition will become false. This will again become false, but this condition will become true and output will be both are equal in this way. Both are equal, and then by. Now suppose here at this place, instead of this double equal to, that is a comparison operator for checking equality between two operands, instead of that suppose we have written this assignment operator, then what will happen? See, in this case suppose user is entering value of a and b as a 5 and 2 suppose. In this way, this a is 5 suppose, b is 2 suppose. Okay, now what will happen? Here in this case a is less than b, this condition will become false, control will not come here, will not execute this. A is greater than b, yes, a is having value 5, it is greater than 2, yes it is true, it will display this statement like 5 is greater than 2. Now it will come here and we have done this like a is equal to b. Actually this a equal to b, how it will get executed? It will not compare value of a with b. No, first it will assign whatever value of b to a. Now what is the value of b? 2. It will assign it to a, means a will become 2 here. Why? Because this execution of a is equal to b means right hand side variable's value will get stored into left hand side variable. That's why value of a will become 2, and here a is 2 now. 2 means non-zero. Non-zero means it will be true and this condition will become true and it will again display this, that is both are equal. Means you are getting this one like 5 is greater than 2 and both are equal. Actually this is wrong, but this happens if you write this equal to instead of double equal to. Getting? That double equal to means equal to is a comparison operator. If we want to compare between two operands, then always use that one. If you are not using that, then what will happen in this way? Getting? That's it. Now after that control will come here and will display by, and the execution will stop here. This is nothing but how to use multiple ifs inside our program. Actually here don't use equal to, we have to compulsory use double equal to, then we will get proper output.